You've had time off and now it's time to get your shit together. If you're ever going to make a change to your work habits, now is the time to start. And today I'm going to share with you a challenge for all the JT in the Raw listeners. So stay tuned and I'm going to tell you more shortly. Hey Tracy, hey Cameron. Welcome everybody to JT in the Raw. Tony Woodward, how are you mate? Hope you're good. Welcome to JT in the Raw, show 79, where I chew the thin on business. Small business, large business, management of business, any industry business. My goal for 2018 is to help you think and do different. And today I'm focusing on you. Morning Matty Fletcher, morning Sean Lestrange. Personal Trainers Industry Round Table boys are on the line. My question for you today, ladies and gents that are watching, this is the participation phase now. Stephen Gaskell over there in New Zealand. My question of the day is this. Would you like to get more done each day? It's a simple yes or no answer. Would you like to get more done each day? Simply just put back in the comments yes or no. Or maybe, hey Matty Fletcher there, he's in Port Macquarie. Would you like to get more done? Yes or no in the comments. Or would you like to get more done in less time? If that's the case, put less in the comments and I'll know you want to get more done in less time. Yes, no. Oh, I've got a fuck yeah. I love that one. Morning, Tony Zadato. Hey, Hillary, how are you? I've got some Kiwis on today. So go in the comments. Yes, you want to get more done. For goodness sake. Hi, Susan. Maybe you want to say no. I don't want to get any more work done in a day. Perhaps you want to get more done in less time. Less. The first decision you have to make, morning Jason Lawrence, the first decision you have to make, ladies and gentlemen, is, do you want to make a change? Because if you don't want to make a change, if you don't want to achieve more, if you don't want to achieve more in less time, then for goodness sake, stop watching this video right now, piss off and get to work. No, just joking. Keep watching. Seriously, if you don't want to make a change, there's no point watching. But this show is about helping you make a change. So yes, no, or less will give me an idea of who's in and who's out and what you're trying to achieve. All right, got a couple of shout-outs. First shout-out, I've just been to a workout this morning. I got a new client yesterday in Perth who's building a cycle studio. So I went out this morning and had a workout at Peloton. So a bit of a shout-out to Julianne out there at Peloton. Thanks for the workout, Julianne. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty tough. I've also got a second shout-out. This is a huge welcome to Jess. Jess has just joined the Active Management team. We've got a new girl on our team. She comes highly recommended by Scott and Kim from Anytime Fitness, and she joins our team as our membership captain. She's got two roles. First role, selling Active Management memberships to the fitness industry across Australia. Also, she's going to onboard new members so that new members get the most out of memberships. We've got some pretty cool things that are happening with that over the next year. So if you are a member and you're online, you can expect a call from Jess at some stage in 2018. And if you're in the fitness industry and you are not a member, put active in the comments below. I will send you the link to become a member for as little as $49, and then Jess won't have to call you other than onboard you. And she's going to much prefer making those calls. So whether watching live or on replay, active in the comments below, and I will send you the link to become a member. Okay. Now, whether you're in the fitness industry or you're in any other industry, I want you to head across to the Fitness Business Podcast, because yesterday I listened to next week's show, Lisa Bedell. It is a cracking show, great interview by Chantel, and I would highly recommend whatever industry you're in, you head across to the website, subscribe to the notes so that you do not miss this show. You do not miss it. Morning, Jamie. Morning, Nicole. Okay. While you're there, you might want to check out the FBP family discount family discounts. Suppliers across the world are giving stuff away to the Fitness Business Podcast family, including, for those in the industry, Casey Conrad is giving a free sales book. So if you want a copy of that, head across to the website, fitnessbusinesspodcast.com, or just put FBP in the comments below and I'll send you the link to be able to grab that free ebook from Casey Conrad. And finally, ladies and gents, I want to give a shout out to Craig Hale. Craig's a member of one of my industry leaders roundtables, and I really appreciate Craig giving me some amazing feedback, which was that I should call every roundtable member before a meeting in order to help get agenda items. So I started doing that this week, and Craig, this has been an incredibly rewarding experience for me. I really, really appreciate this opportunity to do this. It's really helped me so get closer to my roundtable members and get a better idea. So thank you. And that reminds me, if you're in New Zealand or you know anyone in New Zealand, I am launching a roundtable over there. So please, if you just put ILR in the comments, I'll send you some information on that. Or for that matter, if you're a club owner or a personal trainer in Australia and you want to join the roundtable here in Australia, I'm happy to help you guys out as well. So just put ILR in the comments. You've got to be an independent club owner or an independent PT, and I can help you guys out. Morning, Alicia. Morning, Eugene. Okay, so let's start right now. Let's get out of those shout-outs and let's start with getting your shit together so that you achieve more during the day. That's the question of the day. Would you like to achieve more? Yes or no? Like when you're at work, would you like to achieve more? When you're with a family, would you like to achieve more? Because my newsfeed, I'm not sure about yours, but my newsfeed this week has been filled with people sharing the importance of setting goals for 2018 and how to set goals for 2018. And for many people, this is exactly what we need. We need education around that goal setting. I've got ants crawling over me. But you know what? You know I like to think and do different. And in 2018, this starts way before setting any goals. It starts with your personal habits. And I know many of you were back at work this week because the gym was busier at 5:30. There was so many people at the gym at 5:30 in the morning. So if this wasn't your first week, then I reckon next week will be your first week. But either way, you've had time away from work, so now is the opportune time to relook and relaunch how you're going to run your days in the workplace every day for 2018. Now is your opportunity to think about doing something different and then do something different in the workplace each day. Okay, now your number one challenge to achieving more in your day at work, your number one challenge is planning your day. You know, whether it's at work or in life, when we plan, we feel in control. When we plan, we feel in control. And yet at work, we're often too busy to in fact plan. We don't have time to plan. And the reason you are too freaking busy is because you haven't planned. Can you see how this is a spiral down? Can you see how it spirals down? Your plan must be to plan. How basic is that? Take the time to plan and you will stay in control and you will become less stressed. Morning PK, morning Ali Minchington, how are you? Hope Tiffany's is going well and looking like it's going to have a big year for you, Ali, in 2018. Now, I'm a big fan, a huge fan of planning my next day as the last thing of the current day. So before I till off, before I chill out, before I head home, whatever it is, morning Belinda, how are you? What I like to do is I like to plan the following day. Now, there's a couple of schools of thoughts around what you should do when you're planning your day, whether that be the beginning of the day or the end of the next day, whatever it is. There's a couple of schools of thought. First school of thought is you write a to-do list. You write a list of all the things you want to do the next day. Alternatively, the second school of thought is that you identify 3 top tasks that are non-negotiable that you must complete the next day or that day when you're planning. 3 non-negotiables that must be completed. Whatever you prefer. G'day, Ben Delahunty. How are you? Welcome. Good morning and Happy New Year to you, sir. Whichever you prefer, a to-do list or 3 non-negotiables that have to be completed or some other version, you gotta start planning. You got to start planning. The next part is start to doing more is you got to schedule into your diary. You've got to schedule into your diary what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. So this, of course, means you've got to use a diary. Now, I don't care whether it's a computerized diary or the old-fashioned, old-school paper diary. I don't care what it is. What I care is that you schedule time to get stuff done. Hey, Nikki Williams, my star of the Implementer series. Thank you. Morning, Tony. How are you? Morning, mate. Love it. Okay. So to be honest, don't care what you use. What I care about is that you find the thing that works best for you and then you start scheduling. You must allocate time. You must allocate time and time frames in order to complete your list. You can't just do a list, rock up the next day and just hope it happens. That's just praying. That's just hope, and hope is not a strategy in business. Now, for many of us, this is easy. The easy bit is writing the to-do list. The easy bit is then putting it into a schedule. The hard bit is sticking to the freaking schedule. That's the hard bit. That's when the curveballs start coming. That's when people start wanting to talk to us. But you have to have the discipline to stick to the schedule. As a boss, we have to respect our team's schedule. As a leader, we have to tell our team, this is my schedule. This is when I'm free. This is when I'm working on stuff. Whatever that stuff may be, that's when we've got to be working on it. So if you want to be a high performer, if you want to be an ultra high performer, if you want to be less stressed, and if you want to stay in control of your day, you must stick to your schedule. You've got to have that discipline. You have to stick with that schedule. My challenge is for you to stick with that for 2 or 3 weeks, and then it'll become a habit. Then it becomes just part of your work life. And you've got a clean slate. You've got a brand new start to 2018. You've got a brand new way because you're coming back to work. So start the new year with a new schedule. Start the new year with a new plan. If you like that, give me a thumbs up. That's Scotty Robertson up there in Newcastle giving me a thumbs up to that idea. Thank you, sir. And that, ladies and gents, is the 3-step challenge I'm giving you beginning next Wednesday. So you've got a few days to get your shit together, a few days to get your head around how this is going to work. But next Wednesday, you start. Give me a thumbs up if you're going to start next Wednesday. And this is what your 3-step process is. Number 1, you are going to plan your next day before you go home. Number 2 is you're going to block time out of your diary to get those tasks done. And number 3 is you're going to stick to that schedule the next day. That's it. You're going to follow that system for the next 10 working days. Morning, Stuart Kelly. Morning, Chris Hall. How are you? Give me a thumbs up if you're going to give this a crack. Remember, here are your 3 steps. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, simply by giving me a thumbs up is a commitment that you're going to give this a crack. Plan your day the day before you go home. Plan the next day as the last thing you do. Block out time in your diary in order to do those tasks and then stick to that schedule the next day. Stick to that schedule the next day. That's it. That's your challenge, ladies and gentlemen. So here is the big announcement that I've got for you. Well, I think it's a big announcement. In 2018, I'm going to give you one of these personal challenges every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, I'm going to give you one of these personal challenges. And this is going to be a challenge around getting your personal shit together so that you can be healthier, so that you can be happier, and so you can be more productive. Every 3 weeks, there's going to be a 2-week challenge. So you've got that week in between to be able to just think about what's happened. You can do it yourself. You can do this challenge yourself. You could share the challenge with your team. They'll think you're really freaking smart by ripping off my idea and sharing it with the team and having them have a focus for 2 weeks on how to be healthier, happier, and more productive. I guarantee if you do some of the things that I'm going to share with you for 2 weeks this year, you will think differently, you will do differently, you will be healthier, happier, and you will be more productive. And that's what my goal is this year. So you need to stay tuned to JTInTheRaw because I'm going to be sharing this with you. So feel free, when you're watching this and you hear these tips and these ideas, tag people in the comments below. Love people to get these ideas. Share it with your team, share it with people you know. I'm very grateful when you do share it, so thank you very much. Morning, Andrew over there in Western Australia. You can expect an email from me today, big guy. I've got 2 things I need to talk to you about. My life pretty much returns to normal this week coming up. I've got coaching calls, I've got prepping for a round table, and I'm researching on some things to help make you think and do different. Okay, thank you, ladies and gents, for tuning in to JTInTheRaw, show 79. We're on every single week at the same time. This week's show started by asking you, did you want to achieve more at work? I want you to tell me in the comments. Do you want to achieve more? Yes? No? Or you'd like to achieve more in less time? Because if you do, then you need to follow the 3-step challenge over the next week. The next 2 weeks. 3-step challenge. Plan your day before you go home. Plan your next day before you go home. Put that into a schedule, into your diary, computerized or paper. I don't care, but put a schedule in. And number 3 is stick to that schedule the next day. There's no point having a schedule if you don't stick with it. So, ladies and gents, I know you may think that today has been the most basic of basic skills. The most basic of basic. No rocket science. Nothing that's going to produce you hundreds. Nothing that's going to produce you thousands of dollars in income. But I beg to differ. I guarantee if you can get your shit together with a plan for each day and you can stick to that schedule, I guarantee you will reap the rewards. I guarantee those rewards may come in just seeing and feeling better, but it will come with greater leadership and you'll achieve more in your business. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when you will make more money. So, as I say, please share the show with anybody you think could do with a little nudge about being healthier, happier, and more productive. Share the show by tagging them in the comments. I'm always grateful for anybody that does that. I love the thumbs up. Thanks, Sean Lestrange. I love you too, big guy. Thanks, Cameron Jones. Really appreciate it when you guys give me that instant feedback in the comments below. Thank you. So, before we go, you know what comes last on every JTInTheRaw show. You know what it is. Everybody say it together in the comments. Quote of the week. Quote of the week. Quote of the week. Morning, Alyssa over there. And Stokesy. Morning, Jeff Stokes over there in Arizona. How are you? Quote of the week. Here it is. To be healthier, happier, and more productive each day, start with a plan and stick to it. Morning, Richard Tatunji. How are you? Quote of the week. To be healthier, happier, and more productive, start each day with a plan and stick to it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned to JTInTheRaw, show 79. Thank you. I appreciate all the sharing. I appreciate all the love that you give me when I'm doing this show. We're going to be back same time next week. So I will catch you on the flip side. Remember, Wednesday, start your personal challenge. Start your personal challenge for 2 weeks. Catch you guys. Have an awesome weekend. It's going to be a hot one here in Oz. So wherever in the world you are, stay safe, stay healthy, stay active. Catch ya on the flip side.